Hey friends, how are you? Hopefully doing well today. I know I'm on late. I'm hoping that's okay as it's a Saturday night. Amy, I got your donation. I just haven't added you to the list yet. I think tomorrow I'll be on earlier. Tomorrow might be more like I don't know, like I would guess like a 5 to 6 time roughly. Tomorrow night. I probably won't be on for very long. My husband ended up taking the day off. So I'll probably only be able to be on for like a total of like an hour or two. So tonight I'm doing free reads and I'm also doing a giveaway. I don't know what I'll be able to do tomorrow, but we'll see. So just be happy you caught me tonight if you are able to ask free questions. All right, let's get started on some free reads. Whoa. I am getting a yes, Amy. I have the 9 of Wands, and I think that this, I guess, location is a sore spot for him, a sore subject. Um, I don't think this is a place he goes very often, but I think that he likes to be there for you during those moments. I have the 9 of Wands. Teetwood, this is a matter of free will. I have the 2 of Pentacles. It looks like a good outcome for you so long as you are being balanced, resourceful, really applying yourself. I think that you can make this happen. But again, this is a matter of free will here. Shantae, Vinay, I have a yes. 6 of Wands. This person has noticed you. Sophie, I have a yes. Knight of Wands. Anna, not typically. I'm getting a no, the death card. I do have the 6 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, so it doesn't mean that this person doesn't think about you like ever, but I don't think that you're like a common thought in their mind on a frequent basis. I have a yes for you, James. Page of Wands. Calls you to have faith and positivity. Hi, Princess. Welcome in. Princess, I have a yes. Knight of Pentacles. Daisha, I have a yes. Ace of Swords. Maybe some new things are coming your way. You're welcome, Amy. Sienna, I'm getting a no, Four of Swords. Natty, I have a maybe. They're deciding right now to stay or to go, to come back or to stay away, that kind of thing. It's Two of Wands. It talks about two paths laid out in front of them. You're welcome, T. Cindy, I have a yes. Four of Pentacles. They keep it to themselves and plan to keep it to themselves. Anna, you're welcome. Galilea, I'm getting a no. I have the Hanged Man. You're welcome, Princess. You're welcome, Daisha. You're welcome, Shantae. You're welcome, Sienna. You're welcome, Natty. I have a yes, IJ, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Wands. I do feel like she might have been busy or have plans or something like that today. And so she was well distracted, but I think that she just felt compelled, I guess, to check in on you. Burrito, I have a no. I have the Moon and the Seven of Cups here. You're welcome. You're welcome, Burrito. We've got about 2 minutes left of the free list. You're welcome, Galilea. Yes, Angelus, it is open. Get your question in ASAP because we're about to get started on the donations. Hey, SMLF, welcome in. If you guys are wanting free questions, just ask them right now because the list is about to close. Um, I am getting a maybe SMLF in terms of like this person doing it to make you mad. I think there's multiple like this is a complex situation which we can look into if you like want to donate at any point. It doesn't have to be today, but at some point in the future. Um because I feel like there's multiple reasons why this person is doing this. I think in part to make you mad. I don't know if there's a reason to have revenge, but if there is or you're sensing it, I think it could be all three, to be completely honest. And I think that maybe this person is potentially just trying to keep their options open. I think it's layered. I really do. I think that if this person's doing what they want to do, and if it happens to piss you off, then even better kind of thing. Um, I have the Two of Pentacles and I have the Eight of Wands. So if you want to like look those cards up, you definitely can. But the Two of Pentacles talks about kind of juggling or like multiple things. And then the Eight of Wands talks about how he is just like thinking, like he's not thinking about anything else except for like what's in front of him or where this is going. So it just feels semi selfishly motivated. Um, Oh, I see. Got you. Yeah, but that's what I'm getting. If, of course, if you want to look into this, you can tonight or another time. Just let me know. Hey, SB, welcome in. Thanks, girl. I'll add you to the list in just a second. You're welcome. So Angeles, I'm getting yes, this is not a good time to reach out to him. I pulled the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. This person is in a like vindictive type of energy. The Five of Swords means that they just want to win, they just want to have the upper hand, they just want to be right. And the Six of Pentacles means that they're matching energy. So if things turn sour or get hostile or it just is not a good interaction, this person's just going to match that energy and potentially this could make things worse. This make matters worse. So being hurt, I am sorry that you're experiencing that, but I also feel like it's not going to be very constructive to reach out to him at this time. So I would wait, especially if you want him to be in a more receptive place to hear you and like be able to share what's bothering you because this is not a good energy right now. my gosh. Y'all, I should not be tired. I took a little bit of a nap, but they're doing fireworks again, and I didn't sleep very well, so maybe that's partly it. You're welcome, Angelus. Okay, so we are going to move on to our first person on our list. I updated the list, so all of the donations I have received so far, your name is there. If you don't see your name and you donated, please let me know so we can look into that. We have 2 pre-orders tonight. We have James and we have IJ. If anybody wants to skip ahead, you can, but it will only be right now maybe 1 spot, if that. So stick around, hold tight, or leave your questions with me would probably be your best options today. James, I have your question first. We're starting with the love option 2, so give me a second while I prepare for that. Option 2. All right, so James, the Page of Wands came through for you again tonight. I know when you asked, does she miss you? And I got the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is here again in the position of what is she showing or giving the connection. So remember how I told you it calls you to have faith, it calls you to have like optimism, courage that things are going to be fine. That is how she's presenting to this connection. So while you're over here, like maybe wondering or curious or, like I said, I don't know if she's talked to you yet or not, but I feel like she's over here just like things are fine. So like, for example, I know yesterday you were like not like upset, but you were kind of thrown off of the fact that you haven't really heard from her or she hasn't really called you back or whatever. And I feel like for her, from her perspective, y'all were fine. So that's kind of what's coming through right now, is even if you're thrown off or feeling some type of way about maybe the limited interaction that you've had recently with her, she's like, "Oh, we're fine. Things are good." Like, I don't think she's stressing it or anything like that over on her side, which I think is definitely a good thing because it means that nothing has changed for her with you. But I also can understand why it might make you feel a certain way if that bothers you that she's fine not talking to you as much. But just know that she's just like, we're good, things are fine, we're moving forward, I'm optimistic, like all is well. Thoughts and feelings. She's definitely been doing some. I keep bringing up the word research. It's here again with the Ace of Swords, like new ideas, new plans, mental clarity, breakthroughs, um, having a vision. Like, I think that she's kind of getting like ramped up and a little more excited about things. Maybe she's had some divine messages come through for her or something like that that's making her feel inspired. And in terms of her feelings for you, she's got a lot of love for you. She feels comforted by you. Like, I have the Page of Cups here. So this talks about like your connection being mature, um, your connection being like, well, I'm looking at the Page of Cups in reverse because your Page of Cups came upright, but I feel like I'm trying to get this message. Hold on one second. Okay, so she's how she's feeling is that maybe she was in a position where she just wanted to plan like, oh, day to day. She could be thinking a little bit more about it, because this card talks about someone who plans for tomorrow. Um, maybe she has a little more pep in her step. Maybe she's thinking a little bit more in advance than what's, typical for her. I feel like she's dreamy right now and imaginative. Now, the Page of Cups does talk about someone being quiet, so they're more, in their head and not as verbal or communicative, but it's very like, when I hear dreamy, I feel like it's just like being quiet, but a positive silence where you're fantasizing and thinking about like what's to come, what she can do, and I feel like too, for some reason, this message is coming in, James, that like you're a big part of her life, but as you know, you're not the only part of her life. So when she's off like doing her own thing, she's putting herself first and prioritizing herself, which I think is very healing for her because I think in the past she may not have done that. And so putting her first, even if it means like limiting communication, at any point, I'm not saying that happened today, it might have, but at any point during your connection, prioritizing herself is a healing process that she has to go through in order to be more available to you. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but when you're the type of person who never sets boundaries, never puts yourself first, always worrying about the other person, and then you finally do that, that's healing for you, and then that allows you to open yourself up to future opportunities in a romantic relationship. So, as she goes through these processes, these are things that she's doing that might feel make her feel more empowered, make her feel more confident. I see her still here, like fighting for your relationship. She's not walking away. We have the Seven of Wands. Is there any blocks here? Is there any influences? I'm so sorry, guys. All right, I'm not getting blocks or influences. Ten of Swords, Five of Wands. Those are no cards for me. Overall energy here, I feel like I don't know why I'm hearing the word guru. I don't know how to pronounce that word. It's a weird word. But I have that here is that she has an emotional connection with you, which maybe is something that you need to hear. She's not going to do anything without considering you. She's like you are someone that she, when she does things, it's like what is he going to think? What is he going to feel? Like is he going to like this idea? Is he going to hate this idea? How is this going to affect him? How is this going to affect how he views me? So it's like I want you to know that she considers you a lot and she has an emotional connection to you. And I think that she's determined to build something with you that she feels would be successful. So yeah, that's the overall energy. Let me know if you have any questions about that, and also we can move on to your next question if you're ready. IJ donated an add-on. Got it. Thanks, IJ. That'll be done at the same time as your BOGO, okay? So, James, when you say, are there other men that she's considering, are you wanting to know if there's someone currently in her life that she's considering? Or are you wanting to know if it's you against someone she's never met before, but keeping her options open? Um, Yeah, so I did tap into the energy in a previous reading where I said that there wasn't anyone else that I could see, but I do think she would be keeping her options open as well for other people. But I'll just see what energy I pull and see if there's anyone currently. Okay, so James, I feel like you're an option for her, and I feel like you are the closest option to her in terms of like you're at the top of the list kind of thing. Um I think that's why she is so invested in you emotionally, and why she suggests the things that she does, and the reason she says the things that she does, because like you don't just do that for a person you're trying to like put in a friend zone. Like you just don't. So I definitely feel like she's like, oh, I know that I think she knows that you want her to be in a relationship with her, whether you told her or not. She knows somehow. And I feel like for her, she's questioning whether or not to, how do I say this? Keep her options open, I guess, like, or to go ahead and move forward with a relationship with you. I don't necessarily feel like there's someone in particular currently that's like she's considering, or like making a pros cons list against you with, but I feel like in general she's just saying like I'm keeping things open. Now, she apparently has, just from what we know, and what we've done readings on, and also what she's told you, that she has a certain order that she wants to do things. And I don't think she's throwing out like living together with just anybody. I think you're the only option there. So, considering that's like the first step in getting into a relationship with her, or at least she says, I would think that means that you're like the top slash only. Um, but I see her here in a very independent energy with the Nine of Pentacles, meaning that I don't think that I think that if you guys lived together, she wouldn't commit to you until after you guys were living together and she saw things going well. Um, I don't feel anyone else in her energy per se. I think that she's standing here like the Emperor. That's just like, I'm just gonna do what I want to do. I'm not giving up on him, I'm not walking away from him, but I'm also not like committing to him right now. So, to answer your question directly, I don't feel another entity, like, I don't feel another person in her energy in terms of who she's considering outside of you. I feel like you are the priority, you are the main slash only. However, from her energy, it does feel that she's not just jumping into something with you, meaning that she's keeping herself open and available for if something else comes through that feels like a better match for her, then that's what she's going to go with. I don't think she expects it. I don't think she assumes it's going to happen, but I think that she knows with you it is all or nothing. And I think she knows with you that if she gets committed to you, that's a decision she has to be 100% certain about, because there's really no going back. She will ruin your relationship if she says, "Yeah, let's be committed," and then she changes her mind. Um so it's definitely an all or nothing, and I think that can be kind of scary for her, which is why she's taking so much time arriving to that decision. So I hope that answers your question. Let me know if you need any clarification there. But that's what I'm getting. IJ, did you change your picture? It looks different. Hey Terry, welcome in, friend. How are you today? Okay, I can add you to the list. That sounds good. You did. I was like, it looks like you, but also I was like, wait, is that different? Yeah. Yeah, I have been dealing with like I'm okay, I don't have a cold or anything, but I've been dealing with allergies lately for some reason. I spend most of my days indoors, but every week we go out and do something in nature because I feel like I need that. And I've noticed that I said to my husband, I was like, I've heard of winter allergies, I've heard of spring allergies, I heard of fall. I thought we were safe in the summer. And he was like, no, allergies are year round. I was like, okay, great. Because I didn't start getting allergies until I was in my 30s. And apparently I have summer allergies, so it's great. We're loving life over here. um, and because I've been going outside more and more, I just need to invest in some local honey, probably. But because I've been going outside more and more lately, um, that's the trade off. So I get benefits in other ways that I don't normally get, and then I get allergies. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. Thank you for asking, though. All right, updated time frame of when we see commitment between James and Patty. I have September 2nd to the 11th. It's still going to be warm outside, is what it feels like to me. So it's not quite cold. It's not quite fall. We have cups, which represent summertime to me. We also have the sun, um, which represents summertime to me. So I think with that time frame, September, that's probably pretty accurate considering it's still usually pretty warm in that month. This is where, so like Virgo season, I guess. I notice that every time we do this, we start to get pushed back a little bit at a time. I know it's not like we're jumping. Um, it's not like we're jumping. What am I trying to say? Weeks and weeks and weeks later, but it does feel like things do get pushed back a little bit depending on like the decisions that you guys are making. I have the number 19, which could also be 10 or 1. Yeah, that's what I'm going to stick with, James. That's what I'm going to stick with. We'll go with that for now. I also have the 3 of cups at the bottom of the deck, which could mean like 3 months. So, yeah, we'll just go with September. I think that feels pretty good to me. You said that would be awesome if you're official by then. Oh, September 2nd is your cousin's wedding. Wow. That's pretty cool. So James, that's what I got for you for that question. Let me know if you need anything else or if you have any follow up to that. James, if not, have a good night. Thank you so much for stopping in. IJ is next. So, IJ, if you want to get your questions on deck, I have you down for a BOGO and a mini. So, just let me know what order we're doing everything so I know how many cards to pull for you. Hey, Elisa, welcome in. How are you? You're welcome, James. Have a good night. Love to. Elisa, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. Oh, thank you so much. I'll add you to the list in just a second. You'll be after Terry. Since the list is building up, if anybody wants to pay to skip, it's $5 to do so. If not, we're just going to keep rolling with the order that we have. Well, I love to see Two of Cups is the first card out. So, thoughts and feelings, IJ, for you. We have the Hermit and the Moon. So she's saying, everything I feel for you, I keep veiled. I keep to myself. Currently, I feel the need to keep to myself and honor that, like, honor my own inner knowing and my own intuition on how to navigate through this connection with you. And I feel like she's saying things are not what they look like. So, with that, if she's giving like not a lot to you right now, she's saying that's not because I don't want to. Um, I feel like with the Two of Cups, in terms of what she is feeling for you, what she's giving to the connection, basically things from her perspective is that you guys make a great partnership, that you the two of you in union can make one another happy, that you're very compatible, and that she has love for you. She's looking at you as something significant in terms of like, she's saying there's more to this. I know there's more to our connection than I can even explain. I just feel so pulled to you is kind of what I feel for her. She feels drawn to you in a way which she can't understand, which maybe she's never really experienced before. If she has, it's very rare. And so this is putting you on like a soulmate, soul tie, soul family type of like level, I feel, because a lot of times when we meet a soulmate, it's hard for us to really describe what this person means to us. Um, she feels like, stop scratching the couch. I don't know what's going into you guys. She feels like you guys are in like a you guys balance each other out really well, and in a relationship would be bring about like a lot of alignment and harmony. This card also talks about like maybe she's thinking about the future of like what she's looking for in a partner and how you seem to like check all her boxes. A lot of the times this card talks about like marriage as well. It's not always marriage, but there's other cards that I feel are more like marriage like, but it's still like when she thinks about her future partner, like if she wrote out a list, you know, you check most if not all of those boxes. Um she's saying that her intentions are going to be to continue to get to know you, to continue to find opportunities to really understand who you are and grow closer to you. The Hierophant here is saying that she wants to find out what moves you, what motivates you, what you're passionate about. And maybe she already has delved into that a little bit, but she's saying, I just want to I can want to keep digging. That's what she's saying. Like, I want to keep digging. I want to unearth like who he is to the core of who he is. What do we have in common? What do we feel is important? What is our values? What is our beliefs? Where are we compatible? Because like I know that we are, but I want to keep learning and discovering that kind of thing. The only blocks or influences we have the Wheel of Fortune, and this honestly just talks about karma. This just talks about, oh wow, that's interesting. Hold up. IJ. So I know we've talked about past lives before, but this is something I want you to put in your pocket, is that she risked it all for you in a past life. That's what I'm hearing. And unfortunately, through risking it all for you, she had to do some things she wasn't proud of. And that is what she's balancing in this life. But because she was doing it for love and really trying to be a good person, and unfortunately, the odds were against you guys, um, she she's not getting like as bad of karma as I guess she could have if she was just doing whatever she did of her own like of her own will, but still karma has to balance itself. So she did actually risk it all for you in a past life. Um and I think maybe that's why you're so okay in this life, just like waiting for her because you know what she had to go through and what she had to do um before to be with you. And so, yeah, that's interesting. I'd be interested to see if you can do like any past life readings with her, because there's something here about like she already did this, you know, she already risked it all, and right now she's sitting tight because she has some balance or karma to balance out. But anyways, so I have the Wheel of Fortune here saying it's not blocks or influences per se, but if there is something getting in the way, it is karma for your connection. And then I have the Knight of Swords as the overall energy, her desire to be more direct with you, maybe you for her as well, just to be very put all your cards out on the table, just have like a straightforward direct conversation with her where you guys can tell each other everything you're thinking and feeling is definitely still the energy today. It's moving from a heart chakra place of like wanting to open up and wanting to tell one another how we're feeling. It's Aquarius, very progressive, no holding back, just being who you are, just bearing it all. That's kind of the energy here. You said it's wild. I really am okay with the timeline. It's funny. One time you did have a vision of a candle in Bridgerton vibes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's making a lot of sense. I don't want to like put this on her because but I think that she did something like not good. Like I think that she might have harmed someone. Um that's kind of what the energy felt like when I was doing your reading is that she like harmed someone in order to be with you and risk it all. So it could have been during that time frame. I'm not sure. But yeah. And you know, the thing is that she was forced into a situation in a past life where I think she wanted to be with you and couldn't be. And it just was like the circumstances of the time, I suppose. And so it's if she could have been with you with through her own free will, she would have been, and nothing like this would have happened. So I think it's because there were societal expectations that were pressed upon her, or some type of expectation that was pressed upon her. Maybe she was clearing family debts like she is in this life. um she was put in this position, and I think that's why her karma is not as harsh in this life as it could have been. um because it's like balancing the scales, you know. This is not something she would have done of her own free will if it wasn't something being oppressed upon her. So it's interesting. But yeah, that's what I've got for you. Ready for your BOGOs. And then we're moving on to Amy after this. Amy, I've got you down for a mini reading. So if you want to get your question, never mind. Never mind. I see you said paper messages. So maybe because you're so okay with this timeline, it's because you don't want to put her through that again. You don't want to like repeat history or something by making her do something that she's not ready to do or able to do. So you're kind of like, I know what happened last time. I'm not going to make you do that again, kind of thing. Exactly. Amy, I got you, girl. Know that she can feel my thoughts and emotions for her. What does she think of my feelings for her? So, in a time of I guess, despair. I don't know, that feels so dramatic to use that word, but in a time of despair or um like lack, like in a time of feeling like you're in a depression, meaning like things aren't going your way, your feelings for her give her hope. Like I have the star here. Um, your feelings for her give her faith and inspiration and creativity. And like it's almost like an energy boost, which I think I've mentioned before because it feels resonant to me, but it's like you help her kind of just like get out of that headspace of like something that could typically take her down. You're making her feel like better about her situation because it's giving her this like feeling of okay, things could be worse, or I have something to fight for or a reason to try to stay as positive as I can. It just feels like promise. It feels like potential. You make her feel really good inside. You make her feel like she can have faith in her dreams. Um, make her feel like a beautiful queen. Because I have the Empress here. So whenever I see that card in terms of like how a masculine is making a feminine feel or how a masculine views a feminine, whenever I see an Empress energy, it's like my favorite thing because this essentially means that you like worship her and all of the goodness that she is. But yes, believing in her, wanting to have children with her, wanting her to be your wife, um, like basking in her divine feminine goddess beauty. Like Empress energy is just like the ultimate and highest compliment. And so your feelings for her might empower her or make her feel even more confident than what she already feels. She feels supported by you. Sometimes it helps her think differently. Like she might have a default way of processing things that could potentially put her into like a more negative headspace. But I think trying to think like you or remind herself of the things that you have said to her or about her, or even just any type of thing that you've posted that she found inspirational, it really helps her to have a different perspective in a different way moving forward. Um, let's see. It makes her excited to think like potentially having someone like you in her life as like a boyfriend or husband or whatever. It like makes her feel like she can handle things easier. She doesn't feel like everything is on her. Just generally, very simply, she feels special. She feels important. She feels supported. Um, she feels hopeful. You know what I mean? She feels appreciated and admired. And that's all good stuff. That's like, to feel important, to feel special. It's really all you can ask for. Oh my god, sorry guys. I was like I had to put that on mute. I just sneezed. That probably sounded weird on your side of things. Ooh, but I just didn't want it to be too loud. But yeah, IJ. You see all of that in her. That's so sweet. Okay. I think I need to turn the AC on. Maybe you make her flushed. Like you make her blush, you make her body temperature rise or something. But anyways, I just sneezed, and as always, whenever I sneeze or my face is itchy, I always tell you might hear from them soon. I need to take some layers off. hot in my house right now. Okay. Is there anything she wants to convey to you specifically? She sorry about that. I'm having deja vu. This is so crazy. She feels like someone is deceiving her in her life. She doesn't I don't know if she knows who this person is, but we have deceit here. She feels like there's people in her life, or I'm getting actually one specific person that she feels that she can't trust. And I don't know if she knows who she can go to talk about this, especially because I don't think there's any like mutuals. So this person that she's feeling like is trying to like pull the wool over her eyes or take advantage of her. Um, she doesn't have like a mutual person that she can talk with this about. So for example, like let's just say it's her aunt. She doesn't have a cousin that she can trust that knows this aunt that she can confide in and like get like support about or get validation from. So she feels very much right now that she is not able to like figure this out with someone. And I feel like even if she were to tell you, um, it's like you don't know them exactly. So it would be hard for her to talk to you about this because she just doesn't know like if of course you'll take her side, of course you'll be supportive, but I think really she's trying to get to the bottom of whatever this is, and so I think she wants to talk about it, but I think she's like, I need to talk to someone who knows this person too. You said there's some people in her circle you do have doubts about their intentions. Yeah, she knows it too, by the way. We have hostilities here. So this person might be giving her a hard time. I'm actually going to check the guidebook really quickly and see if there's any more information I can pull on this. There's a person hiding behind the curtain. Likely, it is someone that she deals with. Um, I think it's a personal level, but it could be a professional level. I feel like she feels disrespected by this person. I don't know because it says watch your valuables, watch your money, and watch your name, meaning that this person could potentially um, try to damage like her reputation or take something from her that she's worked hard for. And it's talking about her seeking to find all the information she needs regarding this subject. It could also be too like a double meaning as well. IJ is like a personal or sorry, like an inner deception as well, because maybe she subconsciously understands how she feels for you, but she could also be lying to herself as well. sometimes and trying to be in denial about her connection with you because that's easier for her. Um, so she could be kind of like not that it's hard because you can be very drawn to someone, very attracted to them, like wanting to know what they're up to, wanting to communicate, wanting to talk to them, and knowing on a conscious level that you have feelings for that person, but really trying to chalk it up to it's not as much as I know it is, because that makes things easier to deal with, especially when you can't do anything about it. So I did have the hostility cards that was like coming out, and it was initially it was like upright, then it was like in reverse. So I think that we're kind of I think her hostilities are kind of shifting. It indicates that a situation where hostilities towards her are about to be or have already been engaged. It's aggressive energy with someone in her environment being excessively critical, demanding, or hurtful, again, personally or professionally. Um, in fact, this is something that she may have been dealing with for a long time. It's asking her to regain control. And I think that's why the hostilities card was trying to get into reverse, because it does indicate that she is aware of this and that she is trying to shift the energies around her. So that way she can come out of this and end this cycle. It feels like an aggressive action towards her, and she's looking for more peace and harmony in her life. But I think that this is going to require her to stand up to that person, call them out, maybe even like just remove them from her life, like basically have a purge. This isn't something that's going to resolve on its own. It is something that she's going to have to like assert herself and take care of. This may be a fallout that's going to take a while to come back from, but slowly but surely things will get better for her. You said you can see both happening at the same time. Is there anything she wants to tell him, please? Give me one more message, please. Is there anything else she wants to tell him? She's diving deeper into spirituality, IJ. I have door to spirit. So she's becoming more open to the mystical, the things that we don't understand. This could be why I finally got a message that she got a reading on you, because maybe because she's so like pragmatic, she might have been like, it is whatever, but I think now she's slowly opening herself to that like an expansive like mindset of, well, let me see what's out there. Let me learn more about this or learn more about that. You know what I mean? Because it talks about a spiritual awakening and new beginning for her as well. Leading her to a deeper understanding of herself. I think that this is kind of something that she needs as well, because I think that when you can have faith in something, when you can have faith in yourself ultimately, but you can have faith in something greater than yourself, that really can help change your life in such a huge way. And I think that might be something that's been missing in her life, is like spirituality. Now, You said she has been asking more questions in general about soulmates. Yeah. Like, I think she's becoming more open to it. I just don't think it was something that she took interest in previously, but I feel like she's saying I'm opening the door to that. Like, I am keeping myself open to that idea or to that thing. Um, so she might even become more like intuitive throughout this process and understanding like maybe I need to follow my gut and what is my body telling me to do. For some reason, muscle testing is coming to mind because she's a very like I guess logical person, and so maybe she needs something that's going to be more grounding to her. Definitely, if you talk to her again. And you guys get on the subject of spirituality. Let her know that she knows what she needs. That her body will tell her, and I don't know if you guys have heard of kinesiology slash muscle testing, but it's basically where your body has a physical response to what you're looking for or what you need. And so it's almost like a physical, energetic, mental, emotional, spiritual reaction. It's so crazy because it's like everything that you need to know. And if you don't know about it, definitely look into muscle testing. It's very cool. But I feel like that's what she needs because I feel like she doesn't know how to listen to her intuition as much as she should. Maybe it got shut off somehow when she was, a certain age, or maybe maybe she's always ignored it. But I feel like this could help her expand her mind, open up to unexpected guidance, and feel just like more intuitively inclined. And I think that way she'll be making better decisions for herself. You're welcome, IJ. Absolutely. Absolutely. It was a pleasure. Thank you for stopping in as well. It's good seeing you. I will be back tomorrow, guys. Just I know I'm like in the middle of my donation list, so don't worry, I'm not like signing off. But I will be back tomorrow for a little while. I don't know how long it's gonna be. It might be a shorter stream. What I do know, it's gonna be earlier in the night because I probably want to go ahead and get my weekend started because my weekend is like Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday. But if you guys have any follow up, you can always come back tomorrow. Okay, so this is for Amy. After Amy, we have who do we have? Where am I at? After Amy, we have SB. So SB, if you want to get your questions prepared, feel free to do that now. Did you put down something in the place of where he crashed, like, or is there something there where he passed away, like flowers or some type of like memorial gesture? Um, Do you know if there has been at any point, Amy? Because I feel like he either appreciates it um or he's seen it, he's acknowledging it. Okay, well, if you want to tell them that he knows about this um, when you talk to them, because that's the message I'm getting. Now, I feel like he doesn't necessarily need anyone to leave anything there. As a matter of fact, like I said earlier today, it's not a place that he goes very often. I think he only goes when he sees people visiting there, but he feels like that place is a failure to him. Like, he's like, that is my worst failure of life. It's the place that I was reckless. You know what I mean? And so it's not necessarily a place that he would want to go unless he felt called to because someone was visiting that area. So I don't think that he wants that to be considered his final resting place. Um, he would rather it be somewhere where he feels joyful, where he feels happy. He'd rather it be like at the train station he worked at or something than that place. I just don't think that he wants that to be the memory that's associated with him. So I'm just letting you know that. I mean, I think that that's great. So just let Angelica know that, he's seen that or whatever. But that's just a message that I'm getting that's coming through for him. Is there something about keys? Like, does someone have his keychain or a keychain? I don't know, something about a keychain message. Like a little, I don't know, I'm hearing like keys. Like someone has his possession of his keys. I don't know if it was on a lanyard, a carabiner, um, and it could be pertaining to his vehicle or something. But I'm getting like there's something to do with his keys here. For some reason, I just keep getting that. Yeah, maybe she does. For some reason, that's being brought up. You said I was visiting the area. I've actually told Crystal and Jello I wouldn't want them or me to leave things there and instead offer things on my altar. Yes, Amy, that is exactly it. That's confirmation for you there that was a conversation that you had with them and you agreed with it, okay? Or he agrees with that, okay? You said I've told Eli my home is his home and his resting spot if need be. Oh, that's so sweet. So we have the pennies from heaven here again. We have the heartbreak. I think I don't know. Amy, here's what I'm hearing, that he knows that this place where he crashed is the place that you feel closest to him in terms of um because it's the last known place that he was at as a human being. And so to some extent it might make you feel closer to him because it's the last location that he ever walked this earth, and therefore there's like residual energies of like his self. But just know that that is a place, yeah, definitely getting like a lot of heartbreak here. The thing is that that place is not important to him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have any significance to that place except for the fact that he literally died there. There's no other significance. Where the significance is his home. It's his friends. It's the people in his life. It's you and your house and your altar. It's like it's in other areas. And so he keeps like going back to, please highlight that this place means nothing to me. Unfortunately, it is where I passed away, but I don't hold he doesn't hold any like significance to this place. And he understands that on a human level, this is where you connect to him pretty strongly because it is where he passed away. And it is very human of you to want to go to that place and visit because you're like, this is the last place he was. Kind of like if someone passes away in their bed or in their bedroom, you go to that room and visit that very often. It's like, because it's hard for us to process that that was it. That's where it all ended. But he's saying like, I'm with you guys everywhere else. Like I'm not here. I'm not at this place. As a matter of fact, I'm so not here that this is the place that made me not here anymore. And he's kind of like cracking jokes right now. Um so I think that it's important that you know that he only would go there because a family member is there. I mean, I definitely think it's important because it's a testament to your experience, Amy, that you bring your friend there. Um because I think that that gives you and her a moment to kind of just be very present, and you share a part of something that was important to you with her. And I totally understand that. And so I don't want you to think that by me saying these things that he's asking you to regret going there. It's not like that. It's just more so like, please know that's not where I am. A piece of his motorcycle was still there. Oh my gosh. I was cracking jokes to the spot too with Angelica. I was like, man, Eli's probably watching us try to be forensics. Aw. And figure out, I remember how it went down. Yeah. I mean, at least you guys know what happened. At least you like got a story from what happened. I can't remember, did you say if there was any witnesses? He's saying saw, SAW, as in like I saw you guys, I witnessed it. It was very touching. I have the word touch. I also have scattered, so that could be talking about the motorcycle pieces that were scattered about. Did you and Angelica hug? Because I have the word hug again. Hug, I have hold. I have the word still. You didn't hug. Okay, well I have hug and hold here. I also have still. So I'm viewing that as like standing still. Oh, that's so crazy. I have remove here. So I think that he knows that you took a piece. You took it home? Wait, what did you say? Oh, you picked up another piece, but you took the piece home, right? Oh, Amy, that makes me sick to my stomach. You stood kind of still and took it home. Yeah. He knows that. Maybe um hold is like holding a piece of it or something. Um or hold me or something. I don't know. But just thinking about that when you said standing by the pole where they probably propped him up, it's like hard for me. That's I'm so sorry. Yeah, definitely. I think that's very, very possible as well. Because you get hug quite a bit. You don't get hold very often, but you get hug quite a bit. Oh, he says accountable reunion. So, yeah, this was. Did Angelica ever meet him? There's something here about nice to meet you. I don't know why I'm getting that message, but um he's saying this was like definitely it felt like a reunion for you guys or a union. Yeah, reunion. So like nice to meet you, nice to see you, nice to I don't know. Thanks for being here kind of thing. I'm glad that they did meet because I think that that's important for you during this healing process to have someone close to you who has met him because it kind of helps you like when you're talking about him it helps that she knows who he is, she's met him, she's seen him, because I'm sure it's harder to talk to him about or talk about him to people who have never met him before. He had a poor first impression. Oh, that's making so much sense, Amy, because remember when I said, have they met before? Because he's saying, nice to meet you. That must be him joking, because if he gave a poor first impression, he might be like, nice to meet you again, or like, nice to meet you for the first time and I'm dead, that kind of thing. Because maybe he's saying because like when he was here on Earth, he might have thought to himself, oh, when I see her again, I'll make a better first impression. And now he's seeing her again and it's even worse. Do you get the joke? So I think that might have been why I got that message because he's over here joking again about this. Um, but, anyways, that's pretty funny. That's actually making a little more sense to me why I got that message. That's hilarious. Okay. How funny. You're welcome, Amy. SB, if you're here, please check in with me. Oh. Oh my goodness. Are you okay, baby? Are you okay? Okay. So SB is next, and after SB we have Terry, then we have Elisa. I'm trying to see where I'm at on time to see if I can take any more donations if they come through. I think I'll keep the list open for just a little while longer, but if it slows down, I'm just going to go ahead and close down the list. All right, while we wait for SB, I'm going to run to the restroom. I'll be back soon. Hey, Jasmine, you're going to be my last donation of the night, okay? I'll honor that, but I'm going to make you the last donation. Terry, oh my gosh, I just saw your message. Oh, okay. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm glad that I'm trusting my gut here, but I know it's just a little bit better. I know it's not like everything's great, but I do like to see that message. Thank you, Jasmine. I'm going to update the donation list in just a second. Unfortunately, we didn't get to 25 likes tomorrow, but I'll do it again, or today. I'll do it again tomorrow, aka Sunday, when I go live later in the day, and we'll see if we can hit that giveaway next time. All right, so SB, I have your question. Thank you for posting. I see that you donated for a couple of things here. So how would you like to break this down? BOGO. Let's see. So we're starting with a BOGO. All right, let me see here. What are Canton's current love energies? What are Canton's current love energies towards SB? BOGO question and messages. Okay. What are Canton's current love energies? Jasmine, I added you to the list. I'll confirm that in a second once I get everything. Oh, I got it. Thank you, Jasmine. The list is set in stone at this point, as in terms of like we're not adding anyone else to the list. But if anybody wants to pay to skip, I'll honor that. But outside of that, this is where the list stops for the night. Okay, so SB, I have that he has some issues going on personally here. We have financial constraints. So that's telling me that he feels restricted in terms of like either his goals or just finances in general. So when it comes to, or maybe that could be potentially an energy that he's able to slowly walk away from. Maybe things have kind of taken a turn for him because it is the first card out. I notice a lot of times with men, there's a lot of expectations placed on men in terms of like dating and like what their responsibility is. I do think as we move towards a modern age, we get to a point where we're like, okay, well, we'll pay half and half, or you pay for the first date. And then if the second date happens, then we'll figure it out from there. But there's a lot of pressure that a man feels. I think it's partly why men, like, just maybe are a little hesitant on dating, because they know that it is going to be an extra expense for them. Just realistically, that's how it is. So I don't know if maybe he's like has something going on personally that he's just like, that's where my focus needed to be on finances. But I do have here the door to romance, which is a lot like the Ace of Cups. And it's indicating that his heart is opening to you and to maybe a new experience. That you guys are brought together by like a resonant connection. And it's saying that there may be like a new tenderness about to bloom within your connection as well. Maybe he's feeling like a heartfelt affection for you, or he's just kind of like opening up, like when a bud is starting to like open up to the sun. Do you know what I mean? Where things are opening up kind of slowly. There is an energetic potential here, I feel, but it's all like in the beginning stages, is what it feels like to me. And I think that he might be slowly opening a door to this. What else is going on here? You said makes sense. We haven't spoken in a week or so, but that's interesting. Oh, okay. What else is going on here? I'm also seeing a lot of threes in this reading. I'm seeing 333. I'm also seeing a 9, which consists of 3 threes. So that's the number of expansion. So what that's telling me is that he is opening his heart to you. This does give him anxiety to do so. I think that he's still very nervous energy. Let's see. For some reason, I'm hearing the beach or something by the water. Like, I don't know if he's trying to make some kind of plan with you potentially, to do something near a lake, a beach, something along those lines. But I have the 4. It's almost like the 4 of Wands or like the 10 of Cups, which makes me feel like maybe he's working towards alignment and being just more receptive to you. And 4s also talk a lot about building foundation. So maybe wanting to start this off in a better way, or maybe restart your connection. I know that you haven't talked in a week. That doesn't seem like a very long time. But I guess depending on how long you guys have known each other, that might be a huge percentage of your like duration of time that you've known one another. A week might seem like a long time. So, like, for instance, if you've known each other for 2 weeks, 1 week is 50% of that. So that may seem like a big chunk. So just keeping with that in mind, I do feel like maybe he's wanting to kind of start off on a better foot, maybe start over, maybe restart. There's something here about starting, period. I think he's looking forward to some kind of date. Maybe due to his finances, he's thinking, how do I do something that could be maybe perceived as more affordable? Potentially. I don't know if that's like weighing on him heavily. It is here in the reading. But sometimes when you do something in nature, things can feel, it can be a way to get to know someone, but not feeling the pressure of like taking someone on a date. Let's see. I think he wants to, yeah, I think he wants to ask you out, SB. He wants to like take you out. I don't think he wants to go far. It's not consistent. Okay. I don't think he wants to go far away. Like, I don't think he's over here like, let's take a day trip or anything. But I think he's wanting to kind of get out of like the immediate location. So, I'm thinking like a 30-minute to an hour drive, possibly. What are his energies? Let's ask, why has he been inconsistent? Why has he been inconsistent? Why has he been inconsistent? It could be the finances, PS, but I feel like where there's a will, there's a way, right? So that can't be the only thing. It's saying that something was missing in his determination and his follow through. Says that he was engaging in more wishful thinking rather than consistent efforts. He needed to make some adjustments in what he was paying attention to. So maybe SB, he needed to pay more attention to you and he was putting his focus on other things. But now he's creating a structured plan. And he's saying that he has in mind to take daily action towards you, which will move him closer to like his goal with you, essentially. He does want to be flexible, but yet persistent. And that could be why I'm hearing that restart type of thing that he wants to do. That's actually really weird because I was like, why has he been inconsistent? And I got the action card in reverse, and it literally talks about consistency. It talks about putting too much mental energy behind something and not enough action. It's also talking about his need to be conscious of his ability to act. So if he says he's going to do something, he needs to follow through with it. He needs to stay committed to that plan and not be flaky. So that could be partly his issue as well. Um, but yeah, I think that's why I was hearing that restart thing, because I think that he kind of like feels like maybe you guys got off on the wrong foot and he kind of wants to recreate that impression. You said that's so interesting. You felt that too. Yeah. All right. What are Carlos's energies towards SB? Oh wow, that's crazy. Are you're talking about Canton, right? You've known him for a while. Is that what you're saying? What are Carlos's energies towards SB? Right, I understand. Yes, I understand. What are Carlos's energies towards SB? Does he know that he's having surgery? Also, I wish you and your son luck there. I know your son having surgery, like any kind of procedure in general, is probably like nerve wracking. Okay. So right now it's indicating a block in his throat chakra that your history together caused him to shut down. It's important for him right now to break through like that pattern, but I think that's why he's not communicating with you, because maybe there's just like this history, this pattern, this cycle of him just kind of shutting down um when things aren't going, I guess, well or ideally the way that he wants. I kind of kept my distance from him because he was kind of became dramatic and I switched phones and haven't spoken to him. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so he still could be communicating with you. Obviously, you can't like shut him out for a long period of time, or he can't shut you out for a long period of time because you guys share a child together. But it's saying that he's in an unhealthy pattern. Um, what does this word mean? Thwarted. You mean like shoved off? So he feels kind of shoved off by you, is what I'm hearing, SB. Essentially, you know what's best, and you like tell him that you know what's best. So if he feels like he's expressing his feelings or ideas or opinions, he feels like he doesn't have a right or he doesn't have a place. It's partly his own, it's partly his own self that's getting in the way, because he knows that he has not been as present as he should be. Therefore, whatever you say or do or feel trumps him. And so he knows it's partly his own fault, but he does feel like when he comes in contact with you, that the things that he's thinking, feeling, or saying does not hold in as high esteem as what your opinions, feelings, and thoughts have. So he feels like you guys are on a different level, that you hold more weight in your thoughts, feelings, and ideas than he does. And he knows that he's to blame, but you help hold a mirror up to him and say, these are your flaws. And he goes, I don't want to see those. Don't show me. And so I think avoiding contact with you, SB, helps him be more at peace with himself, because when he comes in contact with you, and even maybe your son sometimes, he is not able to avoid the things that he has been avoiding, right? You said exactly, interesting. So I think what happens is that he kind of stops communicating, period, because he feels like he's never going to be heard, so why talk? He needs to get more comfortable with confrontation. He needs to get more comfortable with handling things directly, not being in such an avoidant place, because while what you say will trump him, he needs to just deal with that. He needs to not like run and hide just because you don't agree with him or you say something to him that he doesn't want to hear. I can't believe it's been 2 months. Jeez, that's crazy. So he needs to just be able to just take it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to beat his ass, then he just needs to take it. At least he's not running away. And when I say beat his ass, obviously, I don't mean literally, but I just mean like he needs to stop pussyfooting around and he needs to stop being such a coward and running away. Like, if you don't agree with something or you say something he doesn't want to hear, he just needs to own it and hold himself accountable. Clearly, you are the person that makes it so he can't avoid these things, and therefore he just doesn't want to be associated with it, right? He feels like when he's in communication with you, it's just drama. And again, I'm just the messenger here because I know that that's not true, but that's how he's perceiving the situation. All he does is call a few times a month, right? He just feels like he's always met with drama when it comes to you, that it's always like a big thing. He feels like oppressed by your dynamic. But the thing is that all you're doing is showing him the things that he needs to fix, the things that he needs to change that he refuses to do. I think that's why he hasn't communicated with you. But yeah, I feel like the message is starting to repeat itself now. So that's kind of where his head is at this time. But it's this card is calling him to make some serious changes. Will he? Not sure, but I feel like he's making it more, that's what he's doing. He's projecting. He's making his life more complicated by not addressing things and just being accountable. So he's blaming you instead. Do you know what I mean? So really kind of how this reading started, where I was like, he's actually mad at himself and knows that it's his own fault, but he blames you. He's just refusing to deal with it. He was abusive in many ways. You left before it got worse. You don't accept it. Good for you. I'm sorry, girl. Okay, so we finished your BOGO. Remind me again what we're doing now. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so an in-depth and some messages. Okay, I can do that. What are a million intentions? I like a million's energy here. I feel like he's gonna be pretty positive. I don't know if this is just like his demeanor or his personality feels very warm and inviting. I really like this energy a lot. I feel like he would assimilate very well into your life. That's something that's really important, is that, when you're, and I feel like he wants to, right? Because the question is intentions. So I feel like he's like, yeah, throw me in. um I feel like he's just very sweet, very, like, I don't know, just very inviting type of personality. And it's important that if you date someone, that they're not making your life feel all that different than what you're currently experiencing. Like, does this person have a cohesive work schedule with you? Check. Does this person um do we live well together, or are we compatible, like, day to day? Check. You want someone who's going to elevate your life, right? You want to turn messages into a 5 card. Yeah, SB, whatever you want to do, that works for me. Um, so I feel like that's what's important, is that your life doesn't change too much. And where it does change is it's more like elevated, more happy, more value being added to it. And so I really feel like this person's just kind of like, go with the flow, just like, put me where you will. I have kind of like a temperance card. I have a strength card. I also have the sacral chakra. So I feel like this person is very like available. For some reason, I'm picking up on, like, he may come across very, like, comfortable with his sexuality, very comfortable with his feminine side. Maybe he's able to be very emotional. And I don't mean like he's gay. I just mean that he's not afraid to show love and affection and care for you or other people. He's not afraid. He's very confident within himself and who he is. And, like, he has like, that comes across very attractive, I feel, because he just, like, is very self-assured, very self-aware. um I see him being extremely patient with you as well. And I see him just wanting to have fun. I don't know why I'm getting, like, dancing, frolicking, um, holding hands. Like, I just feel like this person's got such, like, a cool energy. He's like the kind of person that I feel like I would want to be around a lot. Like, just very, yeah, warm and inviting. And I feel like he's here saying, do with me what you will. I'm available to you. I'm accessible to you. Um, like, I want to share, like, I feel like he wants to share life with someone. He wants to be married. He wants to have a family. Um, Children are very important to this person. I don't know if he has kids of his own already or not, but I'm getting, like, children. Maybe he's close with, like, nieces and nephews, family man. Maybe he's big on family. Um, let's see. What are his intentions? What are his intentions? He's saying we've got time. There's no need to rush. What are his intentions? I think he's just cool with USB. Like, I feel like the more you get to know one another, he's just, like, kind of go with the flow. I think that the idea of family is kind of where he feels his life purpose is, creating a family or being very involved with his own family. He also has a lot of like passions of his own that he would want to follow. So I feel like his intention are to respect your passions and the things that you feel are important to you. He's very positive. I'm seeing like he's a glass half full type of person. And by the way, you're getting like a dual reading here because his personality is so spectacular that it's almost like that's what's radiating through this reading. You're asking about intentions, and I'm like, I can't help but talk about who he is as a person. So that could just be that he just has like a very pure heart, maybe just like a very genuine person. I really like this for you. I would really like to see how things develop between you guys. He has an expansive mindset. You have a lot of threes here as well. We have foundations here, so I think that he's willing to like do things the right way or take things at your own pace, your own speed. Yeah, I like it. It feels like a good energy to be around. He does sound awesome. Did you just meet him? All right, what does he think of her? Oh, very cool. What do you think of him so far? Do you like him? Are you picking up on this at all? Or are you still kind of just getting to know him? What does he think of her, please? What does he think of her? So he's saying you're very intelligent, that he's actually very impressed by, and not impressed in like a patronizing kind of way, but like, or condescending, but like like just impressed, just genuinely impressed that you have you come across very intelligent, very worldly, like what you know is standing out to him. um Now, with that being said, it does indicate to me that maybe you're not as expressive, I guess, as he was. He's saying, I'm still trying to figure her out. Like, she's got this mystery about her that I'm very drawn to. I feel like there's a lot more to discover about her that I don't know yet. And it's coming across like mysterious. It's coming across like like you only will let certain people know certain things. So you got like a, your icebreakers, right? Like you have your typical conversation starters, the things that you are comfortable answering and letting people in on. But then there's like a deeper layer that he can feel about you, that he's like, I don't think she just lets everybody see this side. So he's still trying to figure you out, right? He's saying, like, she's given me the surface level stuff. She's given me what, like, a little insight to who she is, but something tells me this is what she's told other people. And so I think he's over here going, what's underneath all that? Like, what? Not that this isn't her, right? He's saying, like, not that I don't buy that this is her, but I just feel like there's more to the story that she hasn't quite told. She hasn't quite said. So SB, I don't think you're the type of person that really puts it all out there immediately. You might be more direct and more assertive as time goes on because you're like, I don't want to waste my time. But maybe you have like a set amount of like certain information or details, depending on how the conversation goes, that you're willing to give someone access to, right? He's here, he's kind of like Fabio energy. I don't know why I'm getting that, but he's like very, like, I don't know, he seems like the kind of person that would be very intuitive, I feel. And he's saying, like, I'm here for romance. Like, I'm here to get to know you if you want to get to know me. I think he finds you very attractive, SB. I think he's into you physically. He likes what it is you have to say. He likes your mind. And he feels like this is a valuable connection that the two of you share. So he's definitely interested in seeing what comes of it, for sure. But you're very beautiful to him. So, SB, that is what I've got for you, my love. I hope you enjoyed your readings with me tonight and they resonated for you. I am going to move on to the next person. You said, oh, yes, girl, that's what I need. Very, very sweet. I like this connection. You know, it's very rare that I come across energies that I'm like, oh, yeah, I like this one. He's one of them. Because, you know, I'll tell you. Awesome. Thanks again, SB. I hope you have a good night. Terry is here. So, Terry, I'm not sure if you were around when I commented because I kind of like took a peek at your question before it was your turn. And I was saying that I am so happy to hear. You're welcome, SB. I'm so happy to hear that he has come around. I know that it's not exactly ideal, and I'm sure it's not exactly the place that you want to be. You saying that he's reached out to you and expressed what he wanted to, I hope that means that there's more potential here rather than like you getting the clarity that you need to make decisions that you need to make, because I am hopeful for the two of you. So I am rooting for you guys. I'm always going to be rooting for you guys. But yeah, I was happy to see that he's communicated with you. That made me feel good. All right, let's look into his awareness and feelings about you. Elisa, you are next after Terry. So if you would like to go ahead and get your question on deck, feel free to do that. You're more than welcome to post it now if you want, and I can come back to it when it's your turn. What has come into Xavier's awareness and feelings? I think he had a dream, Terry. I think he had a dream about you guys, and I think that this kind of affected him emotionally. I think that he's very aware of what comes around goes around, and that if he doesn't fix his karma now, he's in for some trouble. I think that he knows that he can fix this before it gets any worse. And I think that he's definitely thinking about the consequences of his actions at this time. But I feel like there's a dream here that he had that was very impactful on him. And I think something affected him, like on a, I don't know, would you call spiritual level? It's just almost like he had an epiphany of sorts or some kind of like impact in that way. He knows that he's in an unhealthy pattern, and I think that he has a fear of expressing himself to you. Again, this is manifesting in his physical body. So any physical trouble that he has is connected to his throat chakra, because that energy is blocked, is what I'm feeling. So the things that he's not saying to you, the things that he's not expressing, has been actually building up in his body and making things worse for him. So I think that he's realizing that he needs to be more expressive, because as time goes on, well, hold on, let me finish my thought. As time goes on, his physical manifestations get worse. I also have the door to romance here. So whenever I pull that card, it talks about like the desire to try to start again or start over or restart a connection. Now, again, this is probably like on the, what is it? The slow moving train. I don't think this is something that you guys are going to be able to snap your fingers and come back from. But I feel like his heart is with you. I feel like he's not showing it very well to you, Terry, that his heart is with you, that he has a heartfelt connection here with you, because his actions have not been showing you that. I feel like he's becoming aware that he needs to start making himself a priority. But again, this is not the fast track. This is something that you guys are going to have to slowly come back from. I think he wonders also, it's not a part of his awareness, but it's his feelings. Is he's wondering how you feel for him. I don't know if you said much to what he has communicated with you or how you reciprocated, but I think that he has felt like maybe you giving up on him. I think that you are helping him though, on his own individual path, aside or separate from you. You help him to express and understand his feelings, because I think there is this like tether between the two of you that, um, even though, hold on one second, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry about that. My cat is getting into stuff. But I feel like there is a tether between the two of you. And even though he's on his own individual path and therefore you are too, you guys are also experiencing a circumstance or situation together. And I feel like through you, he might be healing. And I feel like maybe through you and through the fact that he has been so disconnected from you, it's almost like it's compelling him or pushing him to try to express himself better because of his affection that he feels for you. He feels that you're thoughtful, conscious, and aware. And he feels like you are of value, and he also feels, I'm hearing that he can't really lie to you, like you see through him really well. Like if he's not completely transparent with you, you're gonna know. Your intuition's really good. I don't know if it's just him specifically. You can read him really well in terms of like if he's bullshitting you or not. But or maybe you're just really good at it in general. Maybe you're just really good at reading people. But he feels like he has to be straight with you. That he can't like really lie or hold back. Like he feels like you're gonna see right through it. I feel like he's experiencing a difficult time right now in his own personal growth. He's confused about his purpose and maybe feeling a bit disconnected from everything. I feel like he somehow has gotten himself a bit turned around. Like, I think he got a little lost along the way. Sounds good overall. So many miles apart, and it's been difficult, but I've been trying every day. I know you have. Well, if you ever want to share with me, like, what he has said or anything like that, feel free. I know that's like private and personal, but you can email me, you can send me a message. Um, but I have faith in him. I think deep down, he's a good person. And I'm glad that I've been holding to my intuition about him coming back around because I've never not felt that. And I hope that he doesn't I hope that he doesn't let you down. You're welcome, Terry. Thank you so much for stopping in. You too. Sleep well. Elisa, if you're here, you can post your question. We're about to work on yours. I won't be able to wait very long in between. We'll have to like just move on because I just realized how late it was getting. So, Elisa, if you can please post your question or at least let me know you're here. And if she doesn't show up in the next minute or so, then I will move on to James. All right, Jasmine, we are working on yours. So, Jasmine, you get to skip ahead because I think you're the only one in here right now. Um, we have you down for a BOGO. So, Jasmine, I'm ready when you are. Hey, James, thanks for checking in. If Elisa doesn't come through, you're gonna be next, James. So, okay, hopefully you guys are still here. I'm so sorry I got disconnected. That was like internet out disconnection. So hopefully you guys are still hanging in here. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so what's Jade's true intentions? What's Jade's true intentions? Um, what's Jade's true intentions? With Jess? don't think this is a bad connection per se, Jasmine. I don't know if this person has any ill will or anything like that towards you. I do think this person is motivated by like putting themselves first. So, they're here for like because I have the word victory. Um so maybe she's like wanting you guys to be okay or have success. Like I said, I don't feel like there's any ill will. I feel like this person is willing to put in the work here. Um oh, it's a man. Sorry about that. Okay, well, let's just keep that message going. There's no ill will. I don't think this person has like any bad intentions. I do feel like this person's more selfishly motivated in terms of like he wants to make sure that he's happy and like he's getting what he's wanting, but I see victory here. It's interesting that you said he lives in another state because I have the journey card. And a lot of times that indicates to me that you guys are living at a distance from one another. And I did see it try to come out in reverse, which makes me feel like you guys, if something like, for instance, if this is a romantic connection, I think that one or both of you would be willing to make sacrifices to move closer to each other long term. But journey essentially just means that you guys would have to pack your bags to see one another because it would be, an overnight stay at a minimum. Um, I see blossoming abundance, so I think that he is open to like exploring this connection, but I don't think he's putting all his eggs in your basket. He seems like the type of person who oh, he did talk about moving out there. Okay, that makes sense. He seems like a hardworking person. He seems like someone who would be willing to put effort into your relationship. He seems fair, he seems trustworthy. He feels like he trusts you as well. And I see here with the 4 of wands that he would be interested or invested in like seeing what comes of this connection. I think that he has, good intentions here. Of course, and just like you should be, he's thinking to himself that he needs to make sure he's happy in this connection. Like I feel like he has a maybe a newfound mindset, or potentially just he has a mindset of like making sure that he's setting boundaries, that he's putting himself first, that if he sees red flags that he's not ignoring them. Which everyone should be doing, but I feel like this is very important to him because it's possible maybe in the past that he's only dated someone because they were interested in him and he never really sat back and thought, am I interested in this person? Do I like this person? And he might have just gone with them because they were interested in him without actually discerning for himself if this is what he truly wanted. So he could be just learning some life lessons here. But overall, I feel like this is a good person. Like I said, I feel like he put the effort in. I feel like he wants to see where this goes with you. What does he feel about her? Give me one card just to round this off here. Community. So he feels good about you. It seems like the friend may have put in a good word about you because it's almost like a 3 of Cups card. But I think he's excited because this card talks a lot about like celebrating or feeling excited about something or looking forward to your coming together. But I think maybe your friend might have put in a good word, or he might be asking the friend potentially about you and hearing good things. But yeah, overall, good intentions. I don't feel like there's any kind of shady behavior or anything that I'm feeling right now. All of that you said, how he views on dating is on point. Good. I'm glad to hear that resonated for you. All right, let's take a look at question number 2. Even if I try to stay positive about our connection and we make an effort or keep it going, is Patrick a karma soul tie that I need to disconnect from? All right, let's see. Does Jasmine need to disconnect from Patrick? Does Jasmine need to disconnect from Patrick? I think for your personal journey, Jasmine, it's important that you do pull back from this person. Just because you disconnect from them now doesn't mean that, the future is up for grabs, right? So, like, you can reconnect with someone. Just because you disconnected from them doesn't mean you can't reconnect with them. So just keep that in mind in terms of like what's best for your mental health and like what would make you feel good inside, because I think that you are already getting like signals or warnings or whatever that this just may not be the thing right now for you both, and that's okay. I do remember talking about in a previous reading with you, if I remember correctly, that I was saying that this might be a not right now situation, that you guys might have to go your own separate ways for a little while and explore other connections before coming back together, if you do come back together. So it doesn't mean that there's not, you know, something special here. But I think that trusting your intuition and maybe taking a different path than you originally planned might be in your best interest. You said, I'm just trying to understand our connection because we have such a pull toward each other. 100%. But again, things are very early days for you guys. While you guys have known each other for a while, I think you say you've known each other for a couple of years, and there was like a friendship that kind of turned into something more. Remind me if I'm like, or correct me if I'm wrong about that. But I feel like with this person, is just like you guys you're on the same path, but you're just ahead of him. You know what I mean? So it's like, do you wait for him to catch up, or do you just try to explore other options and see, maybe so that you're, having fun in the meantime? And if, you find someone else and he finds someone else years from now, and you guys are just happy, then great, happy for you both. But you never know what's going to happen. But I think that maybe right now, for the best, it would be a good idea to disconnect and explore other options for yourself. Yeah. And I know that you feel that too, right? Like, this may be something that you've kind of been feeling for a little while. So, to answer your question, I think you should disconnect from this person. Right, because I have another option than just Jade. They're coming out of nowhere. Oh, girl. I feel almost like that could just be you know, a sign maybe that there's like other options out there for you. And I know that it's hard, right? Because you don't want to disregard the fact that you have this powerful relationship with this person that's already established, that's familiar, that's comfortable. But if you're not getting what you need out of it, there is absolutely nothing wrong and there's no harm with seeing what else is out there. And I think have fun. You're young. Just because you have a strong connection with him doesn't mean you can't have a stronger connection with someone else. I know that's hard to fathom and wrap your mind around, but it is definitely possible. Well, just know that you can trust that since you have such a strong connection with him, that it is possible to feel that strongly for someone, that you could feel that way again, if not stronger. But you don't have to say forever, you can just put a pin in it for now and come back to it. And, for all we know, distance will make the heart grow fonder. Maybe he's going to come back for you even stronger. You never know. Obviously, that can't be your reason for pulling away from him, but you really just never know what's going to happen. So live your life and don't waste time on things that aren't in alignment with what it is you're looking for. That's one piece of advice that I could give to my younger self, is if it's not in alignment with what you want, who you're wanting to be, the direction that you're going, what you're looking for, etc., do not waste your time. Because it shouldn't be this hard. It should be easy. And it doesn't discredit the fact that feelings are there, but sometimes you need more than feelings. All right, we're going to move on to James. I don't know if Elise is here or if she will be coming back tonight. So we are going to just go ahead and move on. We're going to do a last call for Elisa. Because after James, if Elisa does not show up, I will be signing off. But Elisa, if you come after the fact, thank you, James. Hey there. If Elisa comes after the fact, this is just a message for her that I have you saved and we will get to you tomorrow if you can make it in. Either that or leave your question with me and then I can answer it while you're not here. I know it's getting late, guys. I'm so sorry. I am trying to hurry and get off of here. All right. Messages from Patty for James. Jasmine, I typically, when I channel, I kind of just let whatever comes through come through, but I can like think about what you're asking and see if I can get that energy out in a channeled message. But usually channel messages are more like just automatic writing, just whatever comes through, but I can try to harness that energy. Those are curated channel messages. I think you and I have done them before. They're $35, but I have closed my list already. So unfortunately, I would not be able to do that for you tonight. But if you wanted to donate tonight, I could make you like first priority tomorrow. Or if you want to wait till tomorrow, we can do that too. It just would not be completed today. It would be completed. And when I say tomorrow, I mean Sunday. Like, because today is Sunday where I'm at right now. It's almost 2 a.m. I'm going to come back on later today. Oh, Jasmine, I'm so sorry. I did not realize that you weren't done with your reading. Okay. Um, let's pull some channeled message cards for you real quick. Hold on. All right, channeled message cards for Jasmine. And you want them from Patrick, right? Message cards from Jasmine. Okay, so we have, I am so attracted to you. I miss hearing your voice. I am not available. I wonder how that makes you feel. You came closer than anyone. I saved your texts and messages. I couldn't let you get close to me. And then at the bottom of the deck, I knew exactly what I was doing. I know. I'm sorry, friend. James, you said you fell asleep before. You're welcome, Jasmine. Have a good night, sweets. Okay. Patty, what do you want to tell James? What do you want to tell James today? Good night. Hey, Gemstone. I'm so sorry to say I'm not. My lists are closed. I will be back later Sunday, like probably sometime around like 5-ish is my best guess. 5 p.m. I'm Eastern Standard Time right now. Um, so essentially in like a couple hours, like later today. But for right now, my lists are closed for the night. All right, James, I'm about to be done. All right, so she says, I know I am inconsistent. I want you to know I am not trying to play games or mess with your head or anything. I swear I am trying to be so careful with your heart and also with my own. You and our connection is so special to me, and I don't know what I would do without you. I treasure you and cherish you. I know that I am difficult, and I am so sorry for that. Please be patient with me. I can feel you waiting on me. I know what you want from me. You have your heart in your hand, ready to give it to me. It's because I'm wanting to protect that. I play it safe. I promise you, I will tell you when I am ready. All right, that is it for the night. Elisa, I will have to get you next time, hun. Just remind me that we still have to redeem your reading. And everyone else, thank you so much for your contributions and your donations tonight. It has meant the world to me. I really appreciate it. I hope y'all have a lovely rest of your evening. And I will see you guys tomorrow, aka Sunday, wherever y'all are at. Hopefully sometime around like 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good night, everyone.